Watch Dogs 2. Ubisoft Listen. Everything people had issues with from the original Watch Dogs has been addressed here, and the game wastes no time letting you know by immediately giving you the task to buy some clothes after you wake up in a girl's bed hungover and half dressed. And there's a great variety as there are shops all with their own unique gear. Watch Dogs 2 takes place in San Francisco this time, and you play as Marcus Holloway, who joins a group of hacktivists to take down a corrupted security corporation named Bloom. So you set out to expose them. And how do you do this? Of course, by gaining followers and sending out videos with information you acquire as you go through the game. The story sounds silly, but that's because it kind of is. It doesn't have the serious tone the original had. You feel much more like hacker kids doing hacker kid stuff, using your skills for the betterment of the world. And every character here has personality, from your hacker group to the different characters you run into. The villain here has a man bun and does yoga, making you hate him instantly. The entire game screams San Francisco, and it really brings the city to life. People call you names, talk about their diets, you'll see people arguing with each other, taking it back to their no-good ex's car. The world of Watch Dogs 2 is so fun to explore, and thankfully there's a lot to do here. You're rewarded for gaining followers with research points that you can spend in your skill tree to balance your character to your playstyle. And to gain followers, you can go out and take selfies in front of crazy people, monuments, and buildings. You can go out and race karts and boats, do time trials with dirt bikes or a drone, do side quests, or mess with people online. Watch Dogs 2 features seamless multiplayer where you'll randomly run into people in your world that you can team up with, or run over for being a jerk when they deny your team up request. And you'll occasionally get the option to go intervene in an ongoing chase with the bounty hunter mode. These moments can create random chaos in the world, and it's a nice addition. Hacking Invasion is back, where you can enter a world or someone can enter yours to steal information, and you have to stay hidden or kill whoever is hacking you. But with the added tools and hacking options this time, makes things even trickier. And there are also some co-op missions that can be played with a friend or on your own. Multiplayer's not my thing, but it's here. And there's actual use for the money you get from these tasks or selling goods at a pawn shop this time, as you can buy insanely expensive weapons from your 3D printer at headquarters, or buy cars from a dealership to call using your car on demand app, which you want to do before you're able to hack inside of a car and go. The citizens calling for cops aren't as annoying as they were in the original Watch Dogs, but they can still be pretty annoying. And a cop chase, or a chase in general, isn't really something you want to get involved in, as the hacking in Watch Dogs 2 got much more complicated and opportunities seem to have almost nearly evaporated. Chases used to be thrilling, but here I hardly ever crashed a cop car chasing me, as again opportunities seem to hardly exist. And when one does appear, the indication and window of opportunity is far smaller, really hurting what I felt was a near perfect chase system, taking away all the fun. This evaporation of opportunities can be seen throughout missions as well. Watch Dogs 2, for better or for worse, feels like a completely different game than Watch Dogs 1. The developer scrapped the idea of camera hopping for a jumper and a drone. Clearly a much less stealthy approach, and of course creates way more opportunities to get detected. Watch Dogs 2 seems to be more about punishment than mayhem this time around. I never really felt like the levels were designed with the hacking in mind. Sure, there are tons of hackable items, but these items are for the most part a nuisance for you as a player to deal with, like security systems and robots, rather than opportunities to take advantage of. I'd occasionally get an enemy to line up with a car to remotely run them over, but moments like these were far too rare, most of the time forcing me to physically enter restricted zones where I could do everything from the sidewalk with little to no risk in the original. But they for some reason want you to physically stealth around to try and trick you into getting into a gunfight, when the whole premise of the game was hacking the world around you, and now it's mostly turn off the security around you to proceed or else. The game throws far too many hurdles at you, stopping hacking from being a satisfying and fun option to turning it into a chore. And when I do get detected, it's no fun at all, as gunplay feels bad, the combat is slow and leaves you vulnerable for too long, and enemies constantly call for backup. And they do so insanely fast, so the waves of enemies and cops never stop. They're gonna kill you because you slipped up. You can't take them out beforehand by attracting them to electrical boxes or setting up traps for them to walk into, and you can set a police or gang hit on them, which could potentially have them do all the heavy work for you, which I actually had a lot of fun with. And the missions are all still great despite this nuisance emphasis. Every last one feels unique and challenging. There's so much charm to this story and mission design. The campaign feels handcrafted rather than formulaic, and is now a standard I'll judge other open world games of its type by. Stuff gets crazy, and it's a blast throughout. And occasionally in these missions you'll run into some pipe mazes. They're back, this time in the environment rather than being just a black screen with lines. Things get a little awkward at times with angles, but I grew to love running around areas or camera hopping trying to line everything. Watch Dogs 2 is the perfect example of what can be accomplished with love and care by a development team, of what happens when you listen to feedback. The gameplay isn't perfect, but the overall package is pretty close, and is miles better than an already great game in the original. I give Watch Dogs 2 a 9. out of 10. If you play Watch Dogs 2, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you plan on picking it up. Thumbs up. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And tune in Monday for First Impressions, where you find out what game we're playing next. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so here's the rules. You have to be the first one past the finish line.